All right. Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another stream. This is Thomas, a PBS fan program breaker here once again, and I am terribly sorry I had to record this late. Oh, dude, didn't think it was gonna be that late because right now it's like 7:21 in my area. Ugh, dude, that was not good. But hey, I started the stream, so let's hope I can make up for everything. So this stream is actually going to be a Q&A stream, so you guys are free to ask me any questions, but just remember to always uh and this is actually the New Year 2023 Q&A. So yeah, that's why I'm doing it. Again, really sorry if this is late. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know you've been waiting for so long, and I'm really sorry, Movie Game Lover 98. But hey, I'm here. We can get started. So, um, let me send the link real quick so you can join the stream. Yeah, here you go. Movie Game Love 98. Can you see the stream link? So yeah, the last stream I did. So I hadn't been doing streaming for a while because first off, I've been very busy and had a lot of things going on, and second off, what else? Um, Second off, I've been very busy with the holidays and everything because I was trying to apply for a job, and well, I hadn't gotten anything results yet. I hadn't even done my interview, but here you go. It's the Q&A stream, so we can get started. Yeah. But at least, Movie Game Lover says, but at least you can hopefully join both of my streams this week, and hopefully I can. Yeah, me too, man. So, I'm gonna get pulled something up real quick. So yeah, I'm trying to apply for a job, and I should be able to get something by February or March. Hopefully February. I don't know. Did you get the link, Movie Game Lover 98, or no? Okay. Okay, let's just hope mine doesn't lag like last time. Oh, man. I know last week Movie Game Lover 98 did do a stream on his Dragon Tales releases, but I wanted to do create my own fan-made Thomas releases, but I wished I've done it over. Oh, you don't see it? Okay, I'll have that same bug again then. God, that's really annoying. Alright, so. Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's hope both of them can join, because that would be great. Because not only will I have you, I'll also have Jake Martin and Flicklova 2000. Um, alright. So, I don't know if anyone can see this, but this right here is, so anyone that wants to see my complete season sets, here they are. So, this right here is my fan made version of the complete first season, which if you see this right here, if you see on right here, you can see the 75th anniversary logo right there, because I wanted to be released on the 75th anniversary. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's hope Flicklova 2000 and Jake Martin can join, because that would be great. Like I said before. Oh shoot. Oh dear. Mm. All right. All right. Um, that seems out for me. Yeah, yeah. So let's give him some time. So, all right, all right, all right. So, once again, this right here is the complete first season. Once again, and Blue, yeah. Unfortunately, I never had time to do my fan made best of releases on this website because, first off, because I didn't have enough time to do it because I was too busy with law school stuff. Because since like 2 weeks ago, I started the second semester. So yeah, yeah, um, yeah. And the best part is that my birthday's in 2 weeks. I'll be 18. Yay! So yeah, um, I need to get to my fan made best of release. The only part I could do was best of Thomas, and that was it. If you found Bush trucks, Henry, why not talk to a tree instead? I'm just doing my impression. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, trying to get to my. I was gonna do the complete 22nd to 24th season of the show, but I decided not to because I think it's canon. Don't get me wrong, but the only reason I don't think they deserve to have it is because of the fact that, yeah, I know. I really did wanted to do it, but I wasn't so sure. Yeah, I'm not so sure if I should try, but yeah, I'll just leave it like that for now. But who knows? I might do it, but yeah. Okay, still no sign. Movie Game Lover 98. So this right here, the best I could do is Best of Thomas right here. Ugh. But if I wanted to do Buaba episodes, then the rules would be simple. Like we're not doing the nationality ones. So yeah, this right here is the Best of Thomas. The UK version of the Best of Thomas, but in the UK. Let me find it. I hope this doesn't give me copyright. Oh, here we go. Movie Game Love 98's here. Hey man,
Hey,
how's it
how's
going?
it going?
It's going
Great.
good.
That's good. I know you've been really busy with the holidays, but luckily Christmas is over.
Yeah. And you want to see my progress on best of releases, fan made?
Yeah,
Yeah, so this is my fan made release. Can you see it?
yeah. I
Okay,
know my
good.
camera's. I decided to do it with my camera off if you don't mind, because I don't like to show my body in streams with my jacket on because it's just not convenient. Even though
Oh, I
it's not
get it.
too even though it's not too bad outside. I mean, it's not that bad outside, honestly. Actually, I
Yeah.
could try.
I didn't have time to change the stream time because I was driving and everything and I didn't want to get into a crash or anything.
Oh, you can drive. That's cool.
Yeah, I can drive, but I don't think I should explain because for personal reasons.
Yeah, it's not convenient to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. But what's really personal is the Best of Thomas release I made. My
Yeah.
fan made one. And I wanted to show you the UK version. So let me show you the UK version. See, we were talking about the UK earlier one time?
Yeah. And I
So
sent.
for some not
Oh,
all the episodes star Thomas. I think it's because this was going to be originally called the very best of Thomas and Friends. I see right here. So the
yeah.
episodes include Thomas and Gordon, which focuses on Thomas. Edward and Gordon. First off, Thomas hasn't. Okay. First off, Edward and Gordon. Thomas makes a cameo, okay? He doesn't do anything as much.
They don't mention his name and he doesn't talk.
Yeah. Ghost Train. Percy is mainly focused on this one more.
Yeah, they should have put Ghost Train and Thomas Percy and the Dragon on the UK release of Best of Percy, honestly. Wouldn't you
Yeah.
agree? Because this is a Q&A stream after all. And I can
Yeah,
ask
it's a
you other
Q&A
questions.
stream.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
mind
a
if I ask you other...
2023 Q&A stream, by the way.
Okay, well, it is your first time doing it of this year, 2023, because I already done a few of them.
Yeah,
I
I
should
didn't
ask,
have time to do... Huh?
I should ask you some questions of other movies, as well as shows in general, because I've never asked that before.
Sure, go ahead.
Are there some movies you're looking forward to seeing this year?
I don't know, to be honest.
Okay, you've been to the movie theaters before, right?
I've been to like many times before, and I think there was this movie I watched last year in August. It was called Bullet Train, and believe it or not, they actually mentioned Thomas and Friends. They actually did. I'm not kidding.
I'll have to watch Bullet Train to see if that's true or not.
Oh,
But
you should
anyways,
watch it. They actually mentioned Thomas the Tank Engine. I was like,
just like you know,
I, huh?
just like you know how did you know in the Adam Sandler movie from 2006 click they see dragon tails on TV?
Wait, really?
Yeah, have you seen the movie Click or still not yet?
No, I don't think I did. But that
Okay,
was
I will.
2006, right? You said?
Yeah, you were only one when that film came out, but
Yeah,
eventually
true.
it's still available to watch if you want to give it a try. Still,
I'll think about it. But what else? Yeah, because here's the thing. I'm not much of a fan of Dragon Tales, but what's the movie called again?
Click from 2006 with Adam Sandler.
And depending if I was 1 year old, first off, it would depend. Did it come out in January or February? Or like very early February?
I think it came out sometime later on in 2006. I'll have to check. I mean, I don't know how one of us can check the actual Wikipedia page to say when Click came out.
I'll check my phone, actually.
Okay, you'll check your phone. Well, I'll also saying I'll ask some other questions.
Yeah, and you can ask me other questions. Did you send the link for Flick Love of 2000 and Jake Martin? And
Yeah, I sent it through their comments of other videos. I'm hoping they do join.
yeah, because that would be great. Because
It'd be cool if two people were just me and Jake or me and Flicka would be with you. It'd be kind of cool.
yeah. But the only thing is that I have to be careful because sometimes it may lag my stream, and I don't want that to happen. But
Yeah,
yeah, let me.
yeah. I don't want your thing to lag. It'd be terrible. I feel sorry for you. I know we have
Yeah.
to feel. I know we feel so sorry for each other because we have to be thankful for each other because we're still friends. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it came out on June 23rd, 2006.
Okay, so you were just the one.
So I was one at the time.
Yeah, but like you said, you're coming up on 18, and you're coming up on 18 years old.
Oh, you got your face back. I didn't know that.
Well, I realized it wasn't too bad outside. It was a little bit below 50 degrees, and I decided, oh, it's not too bad outside. It's not raining, which is good. I was scared it was going to rain throughout the night, but then I was wrong. But now I do have my face.
It was raining throughout the night, though, in my area. But yeah, anyways, we got Thomas Percy and the Dragon. I think I can see why they would put Thomas Percy and the Dragon on the Best of Thomas release, because I think I can see why they did that.
But did you know the reasons why they put Percy on the menu on the US DVD of Thomas Percy and the Dragon? Is because Percy's the main character of Thomas Percy and the Dragon. Maybe that's why they put Percy on the menu instead of Thomas.
Yeah, but I think I can see why they would put it on the Best of Thomas release, because first off, Thomas actually gets a special in this one, so I think I can sort of see why.
Yeah, but
at
least
and then
trust
we got
Thomas. Trust Thomas. Yes, my favorite childhood episode of season 3 of all time.
Yeah, and some people found the plot to be confusing, but I'm pretty sure people say it's weak. Like, yeah, trust Thomas. Yeah, it does make sense. Henry and the Elephant, not really. Well, it does first at the beginning, but then it just focuses on Henry, and that's it. And then we got Cranky Bugs, which, although it focuses on Thomas, but there's also another character who's also the side character as well, and that's Percy.
And yeah, more that don't make sense, like James and the Red Balloon, for instance, like and Percy's Chocolate Crunch, even though they could have just put, like, Thomas Percy and the Squeak, and Thomas the Jet Engine, or A.K. Thomas and the Jet Engine.
Yeah, And you could have put maybe Elizabeth the vintage quarry truck.
Or in the UK, Elizabeth the vintage lorry. But can I tell
Yeah,
you, Alec? Can I tell you that Alec Baldwin's Elizabeth impression is really good? Mind if I do it?
yeah, yeah. Sure, go ahead.
So you're the little puffer that's broken down.
Yeah, and you know that face expression when the narrator says was cross.
Yeah, but when he says, "And you're just an old steam
Yeah,
truck,"
but that face expression he makes, it doesn't look like he's cross.
he's just gruntled at something.
Yeah, but to be honest, I don't really like that face expression because it's not as good as the other one. You know that other one he makes, like when he says, "And be careful, it looks spooky." Yeah, that's the disgusted face I like better, in my opinion.
Well, you know, like when Thomas says, "And you're just an old steam truck." That's the one when Semler's one Thomas said in the Magic Railroad movie. That's what buffers are for, to stop engines from crashing. What are you doing in the sheds, James?
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't know why these two season 6 episodes are placed here. I don't know why. Even though it's
yeah,
not called The Very Best of Thomas and Friends.
yeah,
There's a UK release called The Very Best of Thomas and Friends, but it's called something else. But it's
yeah.
completely all
And then
model
we
episode.
got Gordon Spencer, which doesn't even make sense at all. Oh, and there's something I want to mention about Gordon Spencer.
Yeah?
I don't think it's a goof or anything like that, but for some reason the narrator doesn't even mention James or anything like that, despite the fact that James has 3 lines in the episode.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Even though,
Yeah, like if you want to hear how I would improve it, I'll do the UK version and you do the US, okay?
well, I don't know. Do you think we could try to do this one, but just do just Angelus's narration only, but I can do Brandon's?
Yeah, sure. Who are you? Huffed Gordon. This is Spencer, replied James. He's the fastest engine in the world. Huh, huffed Gordon. Sniffed Gordon, but secretly he was impressed. I'm the Duke of Duchess's private engines, said the new engine. I take them around. Quiet. Then the Fat Controller arrived. Quiet. There'll be a party for the Duke and Duchess at Marin Station, he announced. That's far away over Gordon's Hill, said James. You'll need to take on plenty of water, muttered Gordon. I have plenty of water, wished Spencer, and he raced away. I was only trying to be useful, grunted Gordon.
Okay, now my turn. I do Brandon's.
Uh-huh.
I think Michael Brandon Spencer humming. Oh, first, Gordon soon found out. When he arrived at the sheds, the new engine was humming quietly. Who are you? This is Spencer, replied James. He's the fastest engine in the world. Ha! But secretly, Gordon was impressed. I'm the Duke and Duchess's private engine, said Spencer. I take them everywhere. Then Sir Topham Hatt arrived. Quite. There will be a party for the Duke and Duchess at Marin Station. That's far away over Gordon's Hill, said James. You'll need to take on plenty of water, said Gordon. I have plenty of water, wheezed Spencer, and he wheezed away. I was only trying to be useful, grunted Gordon.
Yeah. And I think there was another one when at the end of the episode, then Thomas is like, "What do you think of Tensor now?" whispered Thomas. "Too much puff, but not enough steam," said James. Teased James. Sorry.
Yeah, then Forrester Thomas says, "Well done, Gordon." Okay.
Yeah.
With Brandon's, he goes, "What do you think of Spencer now?" whispered Thomas. "Too much puff and not enough steam," wheezed James.
Yeah. And what else? We got Thomas to the rescue, which does make sense.
Yes, and it makes sense once we did the fan-made US releases. Yes.
Yeah,
Remember we
and you
did
want to hear
it.
my impression of when Diesel says hello?
Wait,
I'm pretty good with Brandon's.
wait. I think we could try to do either Angelus or Brandon, or just do Brandon.
Let's just do Brandon. I think Brandon's the best at Diesel, in my opinion.
Like first, when when you'll first start as Diesel's, oh, it's you.
Yeah, I could. Okay, but when Thomas arrived at the quarry, he had a nasty surprise. Oh, it's you, Oil Diesel. What are you doing here? I'm here to
I'm
help
here.
Mavis.
Oh, I was doing Thomas's. I'm here to help Mavis, puffed Thomas proudly.
Steamies can't help, not like a diesel oiled.
That's not true, said Thomas crossly. And then he says, cinders and ashes, spluttered Thomas.
Then, when Thomas let off steam, Diesel sniffed loudly. What's that horrible smell? He oiled. Oh, it's just a stinky steamy.
How rude, exclaimed Thomas.
Yeah, I found it funny when he said, What's that horrible smell? Oh, it's just a stinky old steamy.
It says, how rude, exclaimed
Yeah.
Thomas.
Yeah. And what about the episode James Gets a New Co? Like, believe it or not, James Gets a New Co is my favorite because of James being in character, in my opinion.
Yeah,
He seems in character. Does it look like to you?
Yeah, at least he just boasts about his red paint. He just he's proud of his red paint. But until
Yeah.
at the very end, he gets his comeuppance when he tried to get the coal cars to Brendan Docks, but he kept getting covered in coal along the way.
Yeah, I know I had memories watching it on Trackstar's release. Like, I found it. Well, I think I like Angelus the version the best when he says, Aren't I a beautiful red? He asks the others. No wonder the Fire Controller thinks I'm special.
But when Bran says, "Look, aren't I a beautiful red?" he asked the others. No wonder Sir Topham Hatt thinks I'm special. But Percy was worried. He wasn't being repainted, and he wasn't red. Does this mean Sir Topham Hatt doesn't think I'm splendid? He asked. As looking splendid is not the same as not feeling really useful, said Thomas firmly.
Yeah, and you know what I do appreciate about seasons 8 through 12?
Yeah?
The fact that they changed the new camera equipment and they used the new camera quality, which is recorded in 720p 50 or 60. And I gotta admit, I do like it.
Yeah, I think the camera work for seasons 8 through 12 is the coolest because, at least it's not way too close to the screen, like, with the original 35mm camera that they used from seasons 1 to 7.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. The sets and everything do look nice, but I think in terms of the camera quality, I think seasons 8 through 12 work out really perfectly, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, and also, may I ask you this? Have you seen any other Adam Sandler movies? Or you just have seen some of them yet?
I don't think I did.
Okay, my favorite is Mr. Deeds.
Yeah. Hmm. Think. Oh, and it doesn't have to be Thomas related. It can be anything. I don't even care.
Yeah. I mean, I'm asking other things because I need to do other things besides Thomas because, I like to watch other things besides Thomas, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Did I ever watch? Huh?
Oh, what'd you say? Say your thing.
Nothing. Go ahead.
Yeah, have you ever seen the Adam Sandler movie Mr. Deeds, or you still have not seen it yet?
I hadn't seen it before, but I'll see what I can do if I want to try.
Yeah, I know you can't buy any DVDs right now, which is unfortunate.
Yeah. But there are other shows I do like, but it's from Hit Entertainment, and that's Bob the Builder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I used to watch that show when I was little. Like, I even like the Ready Steady Build one. Well, no, Project, huh? Oh, no, I meant Project Build It, sorry.
It's okay. I know you're saying because I do not like Ready Steady Build CGI Bob the Builder. It looks terrible.
Yeah.
Even, like, the old claymation Bob the Builder with the machines do better when they change their expressions.
Yeah, I think some of the characters started to act out of character, right?
Yeah, which one of these do you think is more, like, out of character? Like, like, maybe Lofty or Scoop?
Yeah, I think Scoop, because, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't hate it. I don't hate the Ready Steady Build one. I mean, I don't hate it because I think it's better than the reboot, in my opinion.
But that one, it just looks weird, and, like, the reboot is terrible, in my opinion.
Yeah, the reboot is terrible. And the CGI one, as much as I don't want to say this, but I'd rather watch the CGI one because at least it works a lot better alongside puppets.
Yeah, and mouth movement with Thomas is CGI.
Yeah.
But did you know that in the original Bob the Builder, Alan Marriott, who was the voice of Scoop, also voiced Silly Spud?
Oh yeah. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure I did remember watching Bob releases. I think I watched the Bob movie one time, but it was taken from the original series. I can't remember.
It's either A Christmas to Remember or The Knights of Fix-a-Lot. One of those two.
Yeah, but I know it was from the original series, definitely. Yeah. But at least in the CGI one, they do keep the original theme song. Like unlike Thomas and Friends, they changed the theme song, in season 8 of Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But did you know that there was an original version of the Bob the Builder theme song that did have children singing in the theme song, kind of like with the male guy singing it?
Yeah. Yeah. I know I had
But
memories watching Bob because I know I used to watch it. I think I may have watched it on PBS, and I know I watched the Ready Steady Build one, which to be honest, I didn't really like the Ready Steady Build one to be honest. Because it wasn't even as good as the Project Build It one and the original series.
yeah, and did you know
However,
that I
though, huh?
did
Huh?
you know that I did like in the reboot of Bob the Builder? You know another thing I refused to watch the Bob the Builder reboot? Did you know
Yeah, I
they did
hate
not
it.
did you know they
Huh?
did not put Spud in the reboot of Bob the Builder? I didn't
They-
like that.
oh yeah, I think they got rid of Spud.
But he's funny in my opinion. I love Spud. He's not really
Yeah,
a villain. He likes to be silly sometimes. He's not really an
yeah,
antagonist like he's not like an antagonist like Devious Diesel or like oh I don't know maybe I mind if I tell you other like villains from other movies.
yeah.
I don't maybe like say like I'll just say some from Disney films if you have seen some of them like Disney animated films.
Oh, okay. You mean like Captain Hook or something? Or
Yeah, Captain Hook from Peter Pan or the
hmm.
Siamese Cats from Lady and the Tramp or Buster the Junkyard Dog from Lady and the Tramp 2 Scamps Adventure, Diesel 10 from Toss the Magic Railroad, or Madame Medusa from The Rescuers,
Spencer is
or
kind of close.
well, he's just a show off. He just likes to show off.
Yeah, well, he was an antagonist in Hero of the Rails.
Yeah, at least he did get his
Like,
comeuppance. He at least he got his comeuppance because he got told off by the Duke and Duchess to because they told him to stop chasing engines that were a heap of scrap.
yeah, like like the Duke and Duchess got really furious with Spencer in that one. But yeah, so if you guys are asking me, would I rather watch the original series, the Project Build It one or the CGI one? Well, I think I prefer watching the original and the Project Build It one. I mean, I don't hate the CGI one. I think the CGI one's okay, even though some of the characters did start to act out of character. At least the animation's a lot better than, well, the CGI animation is tolerable at least. I mean, at least they are in their original designs, like before. I mean, you think like the reboot is way worse in my opinion. But however, the Bob the Builder reboot, I don't think it's bad, don't get me wrong, but I think it's probably less worse because All Engines Go reboot is terrible by Mattel.
Yeah,
Go. Yeah. And to anyone and to anyone who hates hit entertainment, you all can say what you want, but at least they cared for the merchandise at the time.
well, Mattel even bought Hit Entertainment in like 2016, 2017.
Yeah. Yeah. And I can't remember if they brought Bob the Builder. I don't think they did.
No, but but yeah. And also like yes, when we were talking about fan made complete seasons of Thomas,
Uh-huh.
which I know you would show them, right?
Yeah, the only one I did was Best of Thomas. I didn't have time to do any others because I had, homework.
Yeah, I know you had homework from like I think sometimes Fridays they will give you some people at school will give you homework to do for the weekend or sometimes they won't.
Yeah, yeah,
Like me, I was the luckiest person to not have any luck, barely have any schoolwork because
yeah,
I was well, okay, they would let me do some regular classes in school sometimes.
yeah. And
Oh,
I think when I was little, when I used to watch Thomas and Friends, I think I like the hit era the most, in my opinion, because in my opinion, it's underrated. And as much as I don't like the characters being really annoying, like Edward Strikes Out being the worst,
yeah,
at
but
least
yeah,
they
they're
did here. At least Entertainment did better than Mattel here. You have to admit.
Yeah, I mean,
But
uh,
but if you disagree, that's okay. I don't blame you. Hmm? Are you
yeah,
listening?
yeah. I was listening. Yeah, I heard you were
Yeah.
saying. But yeah, I saw your fan made Best of Thomas cover art with the CGI Nitrogen Thomas.
Yeah. And the spine right here, oh dude, there we go. So the spine right here has the Mattel logo. Oh, Mattel stinks. I think I watched Trevor Davis's videos one time. Like I watched his rant on All Engines Go over and over again, and man, I had to agree with him big time. And I agree that the hit era, like I agree with the hit era is way better. Heck, even the classic seasons.
Yeah, like I told you, yes. Don't you know that do you know that my one main problem with All Engines Go?
Yeah, what is it?
Thomas is the main star. Trevor Davis made a big rant saying Thomas is the main star of every single, and he says the bad word episode. He
Yeah,
says
well,
he says the F bomb
yeah,
ending
he's
with
the
I.
star of every single episode. Like that takes so much story potential. At least at least the hit era, at least the hit Muller, the hit CGI era, and the Bwaba series, they do focus on other characters. But the reason I didn't mention the classic and the post-hit ones is because they do a perfect job. Well, okay, maybe with one exception, like season 19, because Thomas speaks in every episode, but that doesn't mean he's the main character. Okay.
Well, yeah, that's true. 'Cause even the episodes where he's not the spotlight, he's for some reason still talked in all the episodes of season 19.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's another reasons why I'm never gonna get the All Engines Go. Even though you're, do you know you're aren't you excited with me that Thomas Winrelli is kind of back, kind of?
Yeah, but I don't know if it's in a good way or not.
I mean, it looks cool. I mean, it renders their TV counterparts in a way.
Yeah. And you know what I hate about it? The L Engines Go series?
Well, is there a problem you have? But it's now about
Yeah, the
Thomas being
main
the
problem I have is the theme song. Like, God, I hate the theme song.
Oh yeah, the theme song it's lesser than the Blubba series or the hit engine roll call era.
Yeah. To
That
be
one only
honest,
got,
it goes like if you don't know how it goes like this, it goes like this. I'm the number one. Here comes Thomas. I'm the number one engine. Oh God.
oh yeah. Like there's just one episode I watched of the All Engines Go reboot, which was interesting because even though I don't know why Thomas didn't call Sir Topham Hatt Sir in the reboot. Because like why is Gordon the you know why Gordon is the fatherly figure in All Engines
You
Go
mean
instead of Sir
father
Topham?
figure?
Yeah, why is Gordon the father figure instead of
Yeah,
Sir
Sir
Topham?
Topham Hatt should be the father figure.
And like
And I
and
think Bob from Bob the Builder is a father figure, right?
yes. And
And Wendy is the mother figure from Bob the Builder, right? That works.
yes.
And you know another problem I have with the show? Not just the theme song, but also the fact that all the little engines like Thomas, Percy, Nia, they're voiced by kids. Okay, now
Oh,
I don't have anything against the kid actors, but just because all the engines act immature doesn't make them kids or anything like that. I mean, I think they should be voiced by mature people. Like for example, Joseph May as Thomas.
and Christopher Raglan is Percy, and Nia. No, someone voiced Neil Grundy. Someone voicing Nia.
Yeah. And
Or did you know
Blabba
that?
even huh?
Oh, did you know that? Also, I hated about the All Engines Go reboot.
What
Carly's on rails now, not a crane like in the original show with Cranky.
Yeah. And you know what's even worse? You know how in Journey Beyond Sodor and can we talk about the bouncing here?
Yeah, the
Now,
bouncing.
now let me get on with something real quick. Now, at least in Journey Beyond Sodor, season 21 through 24, and the Blubba the movie, at least they have limitations to their bouncing. But right here, man, it's too cartoony. And I know Trevor Davis' reaction, he was like, I don't mind if other shows get away with this time, but it's Thomas the freaking tank engine. Yeah, I was like, I had to agree with him big time.
Yeah, and also when I watched this part saying I agree, I don't like that his number seven problem. Thomas is the main star of every single episode, even though I. But did you know that also wouldn't it be cool if there was a reboot of Dragon Tales? Maybe.
Yeah, but if you're gonna do a reboot, make sure to make it less cartoony. Like, Trevor Davis always says that kids deserve better quality, and I agree with him.
But yeah, but did you know that they could use like different voice actors to voice the three dragon characters from Dragon Tales in the if they made a reboot of Dragon Tales and make different kids be in this show, but and and pretend like it was either Max or Emmy is a parent now, and they have two kids named Ben and Alicia.
Hmm. Yeah. 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 But yeah. God. Yeah, I even heard. And there's also another thing as well.
Yeah,
Diesel is Thomas's best friend. Okay, when were they best friends? Okay, look, I'm fine if Thomas gets a. Now I'm fine if maybe Thomas and Diesel are working together, but even if they're friends, but that doesn't mean they should get along or anything like that.
because you know how like in the original series, even when Diesel first appeared, he was just a prejudice against Steamies because he doesn't like Steamies.
Yeah, and yeah. However, there were times that Diesel is nice, like for example in Diesel Special Delivery. I mean, it is nice Diesel gets a main role here. To be
Yeah,
fair, I mean it's not a terrible episode. I think it's decent. Like, yeah.
but you know my main problem with Diesel Special Delivery? It's Diesel has a sound that sounds like a steam engine whistle, even though he's a diesel.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah. And I also did notice that I think in the next scene it moves on to the scene where I think it was in Toby and the Whistling Woods from season 14 where there's edited stock footage from I can't remember I can't remember which scene it was, but I think it was edited stock footage from like it was like edited stock footage but with like Diesel in place of Edward.
Yeah, and also like something really cool. If I could get those 2022 Thomas Wayne Railway engines, I could replace the faces from their 2013 Mattel CGI faces and put those over their bodies because they're don't their facial expressions look weird on the 2022 Wooden Railway Thomas characters?
Mm-hmm.
Like that one example. Toby has a sad. Isn't it weird? Toby has a sad face.
Yeah. But man, I don't like how Toby's character in either season 8 or season 9, he acts like a warrior.
Yeah, one example is in You Can Do It, Toby from season 8. Because do you know that
Yeah.
once when he
Yeah.
says when he says, I'll never be able to shun all those, Toby puffed.
Yeah. Now, much as I probably didn't like You Can Do It Toby because of Toby being a bit out of character, but at least it's not as bad as the next Toby episode that follows it. Toby Feels Left Out. God, I hated Toby Feels Left Out because Toby's character here is way worse than Toby You Can Do It Toby in my opinion.
You seriously don't like You Can Do It? No, Toby feels left out, but I kind of like it.
Well, I respect your opinion if you like it, but I hate it
Oh, that
Toby's
sucks.
character is worse in my opinion. Toby's character in that episode is worse than You Can Do It Toby. I mean, You Can Do It Toby is okay in my opinion. I mean, I
Or
would
what?
rather watch that episode over Toby Feels Left Out. And what do I think of Toby's afternoon off? It's okay in my opinion. I mean, it's not as bad as Toby Feels Left Out. But then we got Toby's Triumph with I think I find it way more annoying than Toby Feels Left Out.
Well, at least Toby didn't even. He barely spoke, but he only had 2 lines of dialogue, and that was it. But the narrator kept saying his dialogue the narration way too much. I would have liked if Michael Brandon would have said something, and
Yeah, like he
but
doesn't yeah, Toby doesn't even say anything afterwards. That's kind of weird if you ask me. It would have been better if it was a CGI episode.
but for some reason they put it in this season 11, Toby's Triumph. But did you know that there's one part of line where Toby could have spoken, like when he arrived at the airport all messy and mud.
Yeah.
And what could have Toby said, like when Ali Shabai
He could
said,
have just stuttered. He could have stuttered or something. I'm very sorry, ma'am.
It's just, don't worry, a good clean is all you need.
Yeah.
And also, like when they're working together to shoo the cows off the tracks, it's just when Alicia Body sings out "shoo cows,"
Yeah.
and then Toby joins in ringing his bell.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, I don't know what Toby would have said in this scene where they're trying to get the cows off the line, and Toby helps in ringing his bell.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
also, like, which one of these narrators does the best Toby, including his CGI voice actor William Hope and his Magic Railroad voice actor Colin Farrell?
I don't know, to be honest. It's really hard to choose.
I think Colin Farrell does the best Toby, in my opinion. Like, he makes him sound wise and old, and without him sounding kind of worried. Well, okay, he's kind of a nerd. He spies on the Diesels in that night scene in Magic Railroad.
Yeah.
But like I said, Colin Farrell does the coolest Toby voice in Magic Railroad. I think that's the best voice actor for some of the island characters. Colin Farrell as Toby, or he says, "What's important is to stand up on our own wheels to Diesel." But I can understand why people don't like Susan Rollman as James.
Yeah, I prefer Michael Angelis because I think Michael Angelis is the best for James, and I think he could do a decent Percy voice, even though I'm pretty sure he would make him sound so squeaky and annoying. But I still think it would be a lot better.
But you know that one scene where after James says to Thomas Magic Railroad, "You weren't concentrating, Thomas. You weren't concentrating, Thomas.
You weren't concentrating, Thomas.
Lucky for you that the buffers were there."
Yeah, and I think beginning with Thomas and the Magic Railroad, that's when they like change the face expressions here. Like the face expressions like look way more different compared to the
like say first 5 seasons.
Yeah, like the face expressions they make is like way more different to me than the first 5. Like, I remember when I got Thomas's Snowy Surprise when I was little. You know why? I was wondering why they didn't even use the season 8 intro because the models look like Thomas and the Magic Railroad. But I think I figured out why because I watched season 8 first. That's why. Sorry.
Yeah. What was that noise?
Oh, it was just my phone call.
Okay. I mean, well, I was just keeping on the time, SE, because our Thomas and PBS program breaker, because I don't want to stay in for too long, because I know it's kind of late you start the stream. So I think, like, maybe before 10 o'clock we could keep chatting.
Yeah, sure. We got time.
Okay, like, probably when it reaches 9:45, I think that's when we'll leave it. I know the others 2 have still not joined, Jake Martin or Flicka.
Yeah, it's too bad. I don't think they're going to join, but let's just keep hope. So anyways, sorry about that. Let's continue on with the thing I was trying to show. So right here is the spine. And what were you saying earlier?
What was I saying earlier? Was I saying about if there was a reboot of Dragon Tales, or was it something else?
No, you were saying something before I got this call.
I think I was trying to say is that what?
Oh, right. I was talking about the Thomas' Snowy Surprise release, right?
Yeah, like you said, like the models in season 6. I thought they were gonna have to play the season 8 intro, but no, season 6 is still part of the classic series.
Yeah, and you know why? You know what it is? I think it's because I got It's Great to Be an Engine first before I got Thomas' Snowy Surprise. I think that's what it is, right? I think maybe.
Yeah, that's what I know. But yeah, let's keep looking at the.
Because I like the hit seasons a lot. When I was little, but nowadays I like the classic seasons. But I still enjoy the hit seasons though.
Yeah, let's look at the back cover of Best of Thomas fan made release. It's got Thomas pulling Annie and Clarabelle.
In full CGI. And if you want, let me read the description. It was 75 years since the Reverend W. Audrey told his son Christopher the stories of a young fussy tank engine called Thomas, who lives on the magical island of Sodor. Should I change it to Magical Island of Sodor or just Island of Sodor?
I think Magical is really cool because I like how they say joining the fun and magic on the island of Sodor.
Yeah, yeah. To celebrate the success, we've put more than 100 episodes featuring Thomas as he explores the island for himself and proves that he can be a really useful engine. So I want to add. What do you think I should add more to?
Well, I know for about. Remember we did. I'll just tell you. I think we might. I'll just have to tell you each episode because I know like when when I was on one of your chat streams from what was it? I think it was from November last year. And
Actually, it was December, I think.
okay, it was December 13th if I'm correct. Or no, I think it was before December 13th.
Actually, it was after.
Okay,
I
it was
think.
after.
Let
It
me
was
check.
okay, because I'm pretty sure like when we finished the
Yeah, it
fan
was
made.
before Christmas. Yeah.
So it was a fan made. We finished the fan made best of Oliver, but we couldn't get to the. We couldn't go back and list every single episode of 126 where Thomas is the main spotlight. We know where.
Yeah, I
I
was
know.
able to get it actually.
I mean, you could show me the list now if you are. Do you think you could show me the list, or would it not work really well?
I'm not. Let me try, okay?
Okay, because then
But I did
we
make
can.
a few changes though. Like I decided not to do Toby's new shed, to be honest.
Like, did you take off Toby's new shed?
Yeah, I even also took out tram trouble because I just feel like it doesn't work.
Like why does it say Toby's name in the title Toby's new shed, but it's Thomas as the main character? That doesn't make any logical sense.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna leave that. I'm just gonna leave where it is, and maybe
But
we
I
can
mean,
put it. Huh?
you like the episode Toby's new shed, right?
Um, I would say it's not good because of how ungrateful Toby is in that one.
Oh, I mean, he could have just asked Sir Topham Hatt. Well, he could have just said he didn't really like the spots with holes in his shed roof.
Yeah, I think I watched that episode on PBS. I'm not sure. I think I may.
Because it was paired up with Fearless Freddy on one PBS Kids airing of Thomas season 10.
Old and new?
Yeah, I think it was paired up with Fearless Freddy.
Yeah. And I also found it weird that in the UK version, the scene after the scene where Skarloey hits the snowbank and Skarloey the Brave. I found it weird that he says that Michelangelo says Mr. Percival instead of the thing controller. Like it goes like this: Mr. Percival was very cross. Skarloey, you have broken the winch, he said sternly. The mountain village won't get any coal today, and it is very cold. But I think I like watching the UK version because, in my opinion, well, I'd say, you know, I'd say Michael Brandon's narration is tolerable in season 8, but I didn't like how his narration sounded so nasally and annoying in later seasons, until probably the CGI seasons. But yeah,
Okay.
here
Well,
it
there's
is.
the list.
Yeah,
There we are. And we didn't
yeah.
include Thomas the
I did.
babysitter yet.
Yeah, we're not doing Thomas and the Babysitter because I don't think you wanted it to do it.
Yeah, but it still goes up to 126 episodes, right?
Actually, it goes up to at least 102.
102 because you decided to take some of them off.
Yeah, there weren't just only. It wasn't just Toby's new shed and tram trouble I had to take out. I also had to take out Wonky Whistle because that episode was very terrible.
Yeah, because you remember you told me, yes, that wonky whistles are not supposed to be like whistling going off every 5 seconds. They're supposed to be whistling forever.
Yeah, until someone fixes it. Like, watch maybe Whistles and Sneezes because that's a good example of what a wonky whistle is.
Yeah, and then you'll show me how the best of Edward would go.
Yeah, and as much as I don't like to include in Best of Edward, we have to do Edward Strikes Out because,
Yeah. I mean,
oh, dude, come on, don't lag, please.
oh, I know that sucks. But yeah, I know there's 3 season 19 episodes of where Thomas is the lead. No, 4 rather. Who's Jeffrey, Lost Property, Helping Hero, and the other side of the mountain.
Yeah, and I know Thomas also has another lead role, but he's paired with James, and that's Reds versus Blues, which I like Reds versus Blues, to be honest.
Yeah, I know the funniest line when Percy breaks the fourth wall says, and then there was trouble.
Yeah, and Sir Topham Hatt scolds Thomas and James in that one. He's like, Thomas and James, I am giving you both a yellow card. A yellow card? Oh, you do the impression, okay?
I don't
We're
think you
doing
can
a
do that
US
impression.
version, by the way.
A yellow card, sir. Well, I'll just do Thomas's because I'm. And then there was trouble.
Uh-oh. Thomas and James, I am giving you both a yellow card.
A yellow card, sir.
It is a warning. I asked both of you to work together today, but instead, you guys were against each other. Alright then, one more mistake, and it's a red card for both of you. In a game of soccer, okay, it means you lost. You're out of the game. I don't know how it goes, I can't remember.
I know you don't have the DVD start your engines either.
Yeah, I don't have any of the later Thomas CGI seasons, because I watched them on PBS, like before Thomas was taken off.
Yeah. It's just a shame. I don't know why. They're replacing the PBS Kids ident, and I don't like that.
What do you mean?
They replaced the PBS Kids ident with just the basic logo.
Oh, the new one?
Yes, where it doesn't have either dot or dash.
Yeah, that's really annoying. I mean, it's not the worst, but it's really annoying.
Yeah, it sucks. I wish they could have just stuck with the old style logo because I liked it
Yeah,
ever
the
since
old
I was
one
a child.
was the best.
Because like the one when they started using the dot and dash idents of the PBS Kids logo, like when Dragon Tales first premiered, that's when they started using it, and now it's been so many years they're placing it now.
Yeah, I'm so upset. Like they took it out since July of 2022 when I was like out of town. Like I was out of town, and when I came back, like, oh, actually, I didn't find out about it much until probably late May before I left to go on vacation last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't really happy about it, but to be fair, it's not the worst though, because I don't know which new logo is worse. I mean, I don't know which is worse in my opinion.
But do you know what I would have liked if they made a PBS Kids Rewind channel that we could see old shows come back, like Zaboomafoo, Dragon Tales, or Between the Lions, or
Yeah, I
Thomas.
used to watch Between the huh?
They put Thomas, bring back Thomas to do classic series.
Or bring back one of the hit entertainment shows like Bob the Builder, but only air the original Ready Steady, Project Build It and the Ready Steady Build one. Even though I don't like the Ready Steady Build one, because it's not as good. But I still think it's tolerable though, at least.
Yeah, and there's Best of Henry.
Anyways, Best of Edward right here.
Oh yeah, Best of Edward we gotta do first.
Yeah,
some of these I could do impressions of other narrators. I think I could do like. Oh, did you know the funniest line in Edward the Really Full Engine from season 6? Like when the trucks play silly tricks on Duck with Alec Baldwin. He goes, "Duck should play with other ducks because he's no good at pulling trucks." Quack 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 quack. Hold back. They giggled. Yeah, Michael.
Oh yeah.
What do you think of the Michael Brandon one? If the trucks making fun of Duck and Edward the Really Full Engine, the Michael Brandon redub. Even though you can watch the. Do you know? I'm actually going to ask you this. Did you know I did find an episode of season 6 with Alec Baldwin's U.S. narration, but it uses the new composition music with Robert Hartshorn?
Yeah.
No Sleep for Cranky, U.S. Alec Baldwin, new music.
Oh yeah, someone did that apparently. I heard about that.
Yeah, if you look up No Sleep for Cranky, U.S., you'll find it.
Yeah, I heard about it once.
Have you? Well, you haven't get a chance to watch it. Maybe I'll give it a try one of these days and see if. But I'll still get used to Alec Baldwin's narration, but unfortunately, it's going to play new music, which sucks. Even though I like the original music with Mike and Jr. the best. But Ed, how do you like the Michael Brandon version of the trucks doing quack, quack, quack to Duck in the Michael Brandon?
To be honest, I think it's okay. I mean, annoying, but at least it's not boring.
I don't know about the Michael Angelis version of Edward the Very Useful Engine in season 6, honestly.
It's okay though, like before. I still think both of them are good.
But yeah.
And don't they use the original giggling soundtrack for the trucks in Michael Brandon version?
In the Michael Brandon redub, but it uses the original music?
No. I mean the original trucks laughing.
Oh, the original trucks laughing sound? Yeah, I think they do. In Michael Brandon,
definitely.
Well, in Michael Brandon's redub of The Spotless Record on PBS Kids, I think they do it when the trucks still scream out "wee hee hee." They still do the original Troublesome Trucks laughing from seasons 2 to 7.
Yeah, and another thing I did notice is that have you ever watched Jack the Pack before?
The Solar Construction Company spin-off series?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I know it's filmed in season 7, but they just used new compositions by Robert Hartshorn. Even though, have you watched this YouTuber called Derek Someone? He put like a compilation of saying whether this character appears in that episode or not. He has to make sure that the episode is added to make sure that character is in that scene or not.
Yeah.
But did you know, like, when he did his Toby ones from 5 through 7, including Magic Road, he put the Solar Construction Company spin-off series after season 7, even though he was supposed to do after season 9. Because literally the timeline literally goes seasons 1 through 5, Thomas Magic Railroad season 6 through 8, Calling All Engines season 9, Jack and the Solar Construction Company seasons 10 and 11, The Great Discovery, and then season 12, and then starting with the full CGI they go with the movie and ending with the movie, not including Bubba's series.
Yeah. But I think the Bwaba series is canon, though, at least.
But those ones, they don't even do a movie in between them anymore.
Yeah. But anyways, what was I saying earlier? Oh, yeah. Anyways, what I was saying about Jack in the Pack, believe it or not, this was actually one of the rare times in which, now, I didn't watch Jack in the Pack before, but this was one of the rare times in which Michael Brandon actually says rubbish.
Like, I know after he says, "Hurry up," said, and also when Oliver says, "But I found something," said Oliver, and then Max says, "Rubbish," said Max. This was before his twin Monty appeared. Max's twin Monty appeared.
Yeah, I think this was pretty rare because Michael Brandon doesn't usually say rubbish.
Yeah, either like Ringo Starr or George Carlin say rubbish.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if Angela said that because he originally narrated classic seasons. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, but did you know that this one episode, the episode On Site with Thomas from the Solar Construction Company series, but you know how when Patrick crashes through the bushes and he falls off the cliff and he's about to plunge into that crate of concrete, and when he falls in the crate, his own concrete, Michael Angelis put so many oomph saying, "Oh," when he landed in the crate, but Michael Brandon doesn't say anything before the narrator says, "Flatten my fenders." Both Brandon, he goes, "Flatten my fenders," shouted Monty.
Yeah.
"Not my fault," called Max.
Yeah, but I think I can see why Jack in the Pack comes after season 7. You know what it is? Have you watched have you ever watched the Pack series finale, Mud Glorious Mud?
Yeah,
Like, have you noticed that there was one scene in which Thomas was going to help, was told by Sir Topham Hatt to help Isabella?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see here, it actually shows the original 6th birth of Titmus Sheds. I think that's why maybe they put that. I think that's why people would consider Jack in the Pack coming after season 7, even though it was refilmed.
Well, yes, it was refilmed because, even though the Sheds got knocked... Remember, the Sheds got knocked down in Calling All Engines, the original 6 births, before the new 7 births came in at the end?
Uh-huh.
Well, even though if you watch Steaming to Legacy, he does show the Jack in the Pack spin-off series after season 9, because we said before Thomas season 10 came, they just show Jack in the Pack spin-off series.
Yeah, and I did also notice that the camera quality, they re-recorded it from seasons 8 through 12.
Yeah?
Yeah, I did notice that they did re-record the camera quality in 720p 50.
Yeah.
Man, I love the new camera quality.
Yeah, because you know how there's some rare times that there's some crew members' shadows can be in the way of the set in the original classic series sometimes. Well, I think in season 3 through 7 they barely do that anymore. Someone crew member's shadow or hand are not shown in being in the way of the set.
Yeah. I mean, there were times in which the 720p 50 was used on the classic seasons, like for example, when Alfie spins around in Jack Jumps In, for example, that's 720p 60 to me.
Wow, it was close to 1080p, but it was just 720p. But yeah, because season 6, yes, despite season 6 and 7 are still the part of the classic series, they were the first 2 seasons to be, like I said, to be cropped in widescreen.
Yeah.
But despite they're squashed in full screen on DVD, which sucks, I would have loved if they did it in widescreen.
Yeah. But my fan-made complete season sets would be in widescreen.
Yeah, starting with season 6, all the episodes would go widescreen.
Yeah. But would still contain the US narration. And we were talking about the complete 8th season.
Yeah.
If you want to know which version I pick for Percy's New Whistle, obviously we have to go for the version where Birdie just doesn't roll his eyes. In Steamy's versus Diesel release, when Birdie's like, Percy, he cried crossly. He rolls his eyes to the left in that version.
On the Hit Favorites Frosty Friends DVD and the PBS Kids version, he just stays he keeps his eyes in the same position, like that.
Yeah. And did I ever forget to mention that I don't really like Thomas's new shocked face?
Wait, the one where he's in
season 8 onwards?
Wait, his new shock face? Like when it's half the size of his upside down Mr. Manhattan thing for a surprising expression. It's a much shorter one. Wait, are you talking about the one?
Can you do a face expression of it? Like this? Yeah, I hate that face expression. I prefer his original one.
Like it's much bigger of a Mr. Manhattan doing his upside down thing as a surprise face.
Yeah. Let me think of an example. Like one example would be, I hope the ghost didn't go inside there, Quake Thomas, in Halloween.
I like that
I didn't like that shocked face, to be honest.
And like before Emily says, "Me too," quivered Emily. And Emily's kind of worried face was kind of creepy in that scene too. Like, when she says, "Me too," Emily.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, we got a little distracted. So, yeah, this is the Best of Thomas release here.
Yeah, we just don't know how many discs will include. How many discs will be included?
I think you think we should do 5. You one time said we needed to do 5, and we did.
I mean, the reasons why is because I think since there's 5 discs, I think we have to split most of the episodes onto a certain amount of discs.
Yeah,
because this one we took off some of the episodes of Thomas you dislike, with Thomas being the spotlight, like Topped Off Thomas, Thomas's Frosty Friend, or Walkie Whistle.
Thomas will include, actually.
Yes, the one like, I know this is like the first instance where we got to see Spencer, kind of, yes, because you know how I think this is the only season 10 episode we get to see Spencer.
Yeah, it was. But then Spencer does return in Dream On from season 11.
No, it's actually Emily in the garbage first, because when Emily sees Spencer and he's really cross and he's really impatient.
That's right.
But at least Emily was not rude to him in return. She was just worried, because at least Emily was not trying to act like a rude.
Yeah.
Rude engine Spencer.
Like an Emily and the Special Coaches. I think I should call it Emily and the Special Coaches, because Emily and the Special Cars just doesn't make sense. Like, when you mean special cars, you mean like freight cars.
Yes, cars means freight cars, not like coaches aren't. Even though, yes, I know I said this, doesn't it remind you of a baddie for Sir Handel when Sir Handel calls the coaches cattle cars, and it makes the coaches really cross?
Yeah. There were times in the UK version where which Michelangelo says carriages, beginning with season 8. He says carriages instead of coaches.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Even though he says in the title, Emily and the Special Coaches.
Yeah, but in the UK, it should have been Emily and the Special Carriages, or I don't know. Or just coaches.
I know. And I know you. Didn't I ask you? Yes, I'm doing 2 streams this week, because it's, I'm getting. I did this so me and Flicka could do turns doing our streams on Fridays. Or sometimes I know you can't join my stream tomorrow, right? Because I know you probably might be busy. I know you have schoolwork to do.
Wait, you're doing a stream tomorrow?
Yeah, Tuesdays are my easiest to do streams, because my brother's away at work till 9 o'clock at night, and I have time till 9 o'clock at night to do my stream. And when he gets home, I got to stop the stream.
Okay.
Like Thursdays or Fridays, like last week, I could have just done another stream on. Even though it was Flicka's turn to do a stream, but he couldn't do his stream over the weekend or last Friday, which sucks, because I know he he got really sore after. Whoa.
Sorry.
Wasn't that sad? His arms got sore after going on a skiing trip on last week.
Yeah, I heard he went on a skiing trip.
Well, hopefully Well, I know you probably won't be able to join my stream, like chat in my stream tomorrow, right?
I'll try. Depends, okay?
But I mean, you could just publicly chat, like I said. Like, I mean, you publicly chat in my streams before.
Yeah.
But the Friday stream, or maybe Thursday, because I think like last week my brother went out to a boys' night, like for Thursday instead of Friday, because usually Fridays are supposed to be the ones he goes out. But hopefully, maybe this Thursday or Friday, I'll do another stream. Tomorrow, I'll probably be on something else. Friday or Thursday, I'll probably do the rest of my Thomas Media Collection. Even though I can probably do the Thomas Media Collection stream part 3 thing on Thursday or Friday, and then I can do something else tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because I really want to do my own stream. Yeah, I want to do my own stream called Guess the Voice Impressions. It'd be really cool.
Yeah. Or, I might do another stream where, I don't know. I might just do a random stream or something. I don't know. Because I can't think of anything.
Yeah, I know. It's just, yeah. But yeah, let's get back to looking at the rest of the Best of Thomas fan-made US release.
Yeah.
We'll look through the lists if you don't mind. You don't mind at
all? Sure. But I think I made a lot of changes.
But yeah. And also, yes, let's look at Best of Gordon next.
Yeah. Man, Gordon Takes a Dip was hilarious, especially when he...
Yeah.
The music where Gordon slithers into a ditch was hilarious. He was like, whoosh! He hissed. In the Ringo Starr version, it sounded like to me he said she hissed.
It's kind of like he would say, Ringo Starr would say she hissed, but he could have said whoosh, he hissed. Get me out! Or what George Carlin says, get me out! Get me out!
Yeah.
Not a hope, said his driver farted. You're stuck, you silly great engine. Don't you understand that?
Oh, and by the way, if you had to pick a memorable line from maybe the hit era, which one would you pick? Like the memorable line that all the characters say.
One of them from any of the hit era seasons of Thomas?
Or the classic seasons?
Some of them, I gotta say, even though season 6 is kind of weak, it's a little bit weak in my personal opinion. Just if Alec Baldwin's narration getting a little bit kind of weak at the point, but at least there's one funny scene in No Sleep for Cranky. Like every time I play it on a loop, when Cranky says "whoops," said Cranky meekly. Like I have to keep repeating on loop where Cranky says "whoops," and then also like when Salty, I have to repeat this also on loop, like when Salty says "you've blown the May now," but he just says "you've blown." Before he says "you've blown the May now," it has a funny line.
Yeah, and what about the memorable line in James and the Trouble with Trees? Like, for example, I think you've seen my community post before Christmas, but he was like, I found the UK version pretty funny in my opinion, but it goes like this. If you can't push trucks properly, Henry, called James, why don't you talk to a tree instead? You know how much you like the forest? That's memorable in my opinion, because
Yeah, and of course, like when I'll do Henry's, as a matter of fact, bossy boiler, said Henry, the fat controller's expecting the island with trees that are too close to the line. He's worried they might cause trouble.
Pa, laughed James, if I came upon a tree, I would just push it aside.
Really? Henry replied. And how about like when he goes, you wouldn't feel important if one of those trees crashed on you, said Percy. You'd feel hurt.
Yeah. Although there were times in which the UK version of season 5 had more lines than... There were times in which the UK version has more lines than the US version of season 5. That one example would be make someone happy. Like, for example, when James just gets more furious instead because he just wants to feel more important. Angela says, and he puffed away in a cloud of steam. But in the US version, it's omitted for some reason.
But even though Alec Baldwin could have said it, because just to make his narration even more sound more energetic. Like after he says, "Oh please, being important is to be important. Ha! And he puffed away in a whoosh of steam. I don't know why Alec Baldwin could have said that. It'd be cool if he did.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And another thing that also happens is another thing that also happens in the UK version is in the UK version of Something in the Air. One example would be, "Pa!" snorted Henry. "You're late, and that smell's making me ill." "I can't help it. It's the fish," replied Thomas. Like he adds, "I can't help it" before he says it's the fish. Did you know that?
I can't help it. I could do Alec Baldwin's if you don't mind. If he could have said,
sure.
"I can't help," I can't
Yeah, just
help
start
it.
off with Henry's dialogue first.
You're late. That smell is making me ill. I can't help it. It's the fish, replied Thomas, and there's danger on the rails. That's why we're late. Ha! You're the only danger on the rails, Thomas. Now stop wasting time and get your cars hitched to my train.
Yeah. I found it funny when Henry got furious in that episode with Thomas. He's like, "Pa, you're late, and that smell's making me ill."
But yeah.
What else? Yeah, I don't know any other. Apart from maybe there's a goof in the UK version of Cranky Bugs. Michelangelo says that Cranky and the big engines were trapped in the docks. But in reality, Duck is a tank engine, okay?
Wait, is this when Michelangelo says this line in the UK version of Cranky Bugs?
Yeah, he says that. But this was fixed in the US version.
Where it just says Cranky and the engines were trapped at the docks. Because Duck is the only tank engine and the others are big engines.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to
and
be
I don't know
scared
what
of,
other lines were
Did
added.
you know I used to be scared of Cranky Bugs when I was a kid, Essie? Or Thompson PBS Program Breaker? I was scared of Cranky Bugs as a kid, but now for some reason as an adult, I found it action packed because of the way they're filming that.
So why were you scared? Because of the storm?
Not the storm part, but when this trap steamer traps all the engines in the shed, that part scared me as a child. Even like when I watched the VHS from the library or I watched it on the DVD.
Oh yeah. I might have to end the game. Huh?
But now I've what would you say?
Continue on.
Yeah, like I said, I was scared of Cranky Bugs as a kid, but now for some reason as an adult, I can watch. I think it's cool, like when the engines are trapped. Well, the storm thing and like how it's filmed that way because they were trying to add some effects to the storm in that filming of the storm at the set. Like, where'd that trap steamer come from? Like, someone used like an old boat or something, but Alec Baldwin refers to it as an old trap steamer.
Yeah, I might have to end the stream here because
it's
getting
you do?
old. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is it close to after 8:30 in your area? So, do you want to do like one more Q&A thing really quick, or just end it off?
I might have to end it off. Sorry, I don't have time.
Okay. Well, I'll just go ahead and leave Thompson PBS Program Breaker, and you can say sign off. I'll leave.
Yeah, I'll see you.
See ya.
Sorry, guys, I have to end the stream here, but thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. This is me, over and out.